Hey there. That was weird. I wonder if I'll ever get used to be doing these damn things. Because every time I hit record, I'm just sitting there waiting, and it counts down from 3, 2, 1, and then as it counts down, I can feel the anxiety building up and back of my neck tensing. It's like I'm just. It's funny because it's not like I have an audience right now while I'm recording it. Later I will, so what is there to worry about? And this is something I keep doing. As you can see, I've trimmed this down quite a bit, but it was an accident. I meant to trim it a little, but it turns out it was a lot. So, it'll grow back. Anyway, I haven't done a video in, a day or two. Mainly because I was waiting to see what, if I would get any responses and what they would be on my last video. And I've actually gotten some encouraging comments, and I really do appreciate it. It's nice to know that I'm not completely invisible to the outside world, God, I'm pathetic. Anyway, it's been a real rough week and a half. I've learned that I've most likely been in this a constant state of hypo-mania. I wish it was actual mania, because at least with that, I have a sense of euphoria, a lot of energy, and explosive energy in a positive sense. But hypomania is where you're kind of in between. You're in a heightened state, but it's more of a feeling of anxiety and irritability. I don't know how to. It's hard to describe, really. It's just something you have to feel. It's what I've basically been feeling is I had it in my head before, but now I've lost it. Just give me a moment. It'll come to me. Hopefully not too long. What was I even talking about? The hypomania, and it's like, constantly being on edge for no reason. And your emotion can go one way or another. I tend to either lash out at people, or slam stuff, or sometimes it turns into depression, but not quite as often. It's just a lot of uneasiness, This is going to be a lot of random information, because I really don't know what to say, but there's a lot of things I want to say, so... One thing with mania, I remember one time I was in the car with my wife, and she was driving, and I was in the passenger seat, and I just couldn't sit still. And she could tell I was in a manic state, but the way I described it to her was that as if all of my atoms or cells were vibrating, and it just almost like restless leg syndrome, but throughout the entire body, You just kind of, if you try and sit still, you become very uncomfortable, and but yep, that's a random fact. But actually, the other day I went to my therapist, psychologist, counselor, whatever you want to call her, and it seems that she's diagnosed me with yet another thing. Isn't that lovely? But, well, she hasn't told me yet, because she told me at the end, and I assume she just wants to, do more research, and as well as, if she was to tell me, I might, obsess over it. Well, knowing me, I would be trying to, figure out all the information, but she'd probably want to wait until she can really discuss it. And, I have an idea. It's something that I wasn't actually diagnosed with. It was, I was told I had traits of it, but not enough to really be diagnosed. but I think I might have explained more to her that might have let her know that I guess it's borderline personality disorder. Now I could be wrong because obviously she hasn't told me, but I really can't see anything else because whenever the last thing I was talking to her about was how I have very little trust for people and I constantly test people's honesty and loyalty as friends, and I tend to push people away because I just can't trust. So I pick apart every little thing people do, all the details of what they do or say, and if there's something that's a little off that I consider a negative towards me, it's they hate me, they're annoyed with me, this and that and the other thing, and people tell me it's irrational, and intellectually I can understand that, but it feels more real to me than anything anyone else could tell me otherwise. And that's how it is. The intellectual aspect of it is basically null and void most of the time because the feelings are so strong that it doesn't seem it could possibly be false in a sense, I guess. So that's pretty much what's been going on. Constantly on edge, a lot of irritability. It's been rough. I mean, I don't know, to the point where I've just had the urge to just flip this desk up and just I don't know, nothing feels like it, nothing seems like it could give me any sort of comfort or just a release of all the pent up feelings. So that's the worst part, is not feeling like there's anything you can do. It's like you're stuck, trapped. It's just like this constant feeling in the chest. I don't know if I guess that was not necessarily necessary, but it's just tense feeling in the chest all the time. The only time I don't notice it is when I'm asleep. So yeah, that's an update of everything. This coming Saturday, my sister is going to be a guest on here because she has studied a lot of psychology, and she has some of her own, I don't like saying problems or issues, quirks. I guess I could put it that way. So I guess you'll be seeing her then Saturday. And not sure what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure we'll figure out then. And perhaps I'll make some other videos between now and then. And maybe it'll come up and I can tell you what it's going to be about. So, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And thank you for the encouraging comments as of recent. It's really helpful. It means more to me than people can probably understand. I know I sound so pathetic. At least to me. But probably to some other people. But they're probably assholes anyway. Have a good... Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so... Well, I'll see you later. Well, you'll see me later. Shut up, Levi.